Right, so in today's video we're going to be giving this lawn its first cut. It was seeded around about 3.5-4 weeks ago, give or take, and you know, we had a sheet over it for quite a long time to trap a lot of that moisture in when we had a lot of dry weather, and then since that dry weather's passed we've had nothing but rain. It's really windy today, but you can see we have quite a lot of growth. It's maybe long overdue its first cut, but better late than never, and it's just enabled the grass to get some really strong roots. So it just means that now is a brilliant time to give it the first cut. You don't want to be taking too much off the plant. You want to take off kind of as little as possible, really, because all we're trying to do is send a signal to the plant to get to produce more leaf growth. You want to start growing laterally rather than just vertically, and start thickening this space up, getting it looking absolutely boss. So less waffling, let's go and get the lawnmower, give this lawn its first ever cut. So we're going to start off by cutting it with a rotary. We're not going to get on with a cylinder mower today. However, the aim is in the next few weeks to slowly just bring the height of cut down, and then that way we can get it cut nice and short using a cylinder mower. With this hater, I'm going to put on maybe the second to highest setting. We'll see how much comes off. If we have to do a second pass, we will, and let's see if we can get some nice decent stripes on this brand new lawn. Well, I'm not being funny, but that has to be one of the most satisfying parts, if not the most satisfying part about doing a full lawn renovation, is that when you give it its first cut, you end up really defined stripes. If it's looking this good and it's only really been a month since we got on with the seed, just imagine how it's going to look in another month's time, or even by the time we get to sort of the back end of August, it's going to be absolutely immaculate. Now, it doesn't mean that's completely perfect. There are a few imperfections knocking about, and like I mentioned in one of my previous videos on this lawn, we do have the odd weed knocking about. I'm just scanning to see, there's one down here, there's a few dotted around here and there that we do need to remove. So in a moment what I'll do is I'll get on and take some of those weeds out, because if they start getting tap roots and things, it's going to be much more difficult to remove them, because this is an arena at the moment for competition for all sorts of plants, and we want to get the grass plants out competing any of these other weeds. And if I feed the lawn, it's going to feed them too. So if we remove them, get rid of them, box them all off, and then the next step really for this space is to feed it. And I'm going to be getting on again with some true grass. You really can't over apply true grass. The more of it you can sort of put down at this early stage, then you know, the healthier and denser the sward is going to become, because it's about feeding the soil, feeding the plants. It is in quite a vulnerable state at this early stage, and it's about us doing as much as we can to sort of support it at the moment, and force feeding it with an organic feed early on is going to be vital in order to get it established, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So I think we'll head into the garage, let's get some true grass, let's apply it to the lawn. We've got some rain coming this week at time of recording, and I want to be able to capitalise on it, help it to soak in this feed as much as it possibly can now, rather than waiting for a dry spell and having to water it manually. We can just get nature to do a lot of the hard work for us. And I have said in the previous video, this is the most expensive part of your renovation, because you're having to feed it quite a lot. But once you have got it established, you can start feeding it less and less, let it rely more on the nutrients and things that are already in the ground and from the foods it's going to make from the sun, rather than the food we're chucking down and allowing it to feed off of. So there we go, the true grass has been applied, we've fed the soil. It's just down to nature now to sort of do its thing, and I imagine we're going to be out here again in the next few days giving it its second cut. And as the weeks go on now, we're going to slowly start to bring the height of cut down. We're not in a race, this isn't a lawn just for this year, this is going to be the lawn we're going to have now for the foreseeable future. So there's no need to bring it down too fast, you're going to cause the lawn too much stress. There is no other product I need to apply to it for the time being, just the organic true grass. And once it starts to mature, we can get on with the Integral Max to give it a bit of a darker green colour, but there's no rush for that today. We can take our time. It's looking boss at the moment. It's time to get in, have a coffee have a Pepsi Max and chill out and let nature box it all off. So if you have enjoyed today's video, feel free to give it a like, and if you want to follow along with the rest of this process and you haven't already, then consider subscribing to the channel. The Instagram is Novice Gardener YT, the TikTok is Novice Gardener Official, and yeah, finally, thanks for watching.